Hello, Divine Feminine, you beautiful souls out there. It is Sunday and it is time for your Divine Masculine's Karmic reading, okay? So this is a reading on them, the karmic partner, and you. So if your Divine Masculine has a karmic partner, this reading is about that, okay? And how they're viewing the karmic partner and also their connection to you. So it'll give you a little insight into that. So your numerology number today is 3 and 1. So you have 31, you have 4 or 13. Okay, so those are your numbers for today. So a lot of people, I'd say a good majority of people that meet their twin flame happen to meet their twin flame during a period of time where either they have a karmic partner or you will have a karmic partner, or maybe even both, which can seem very confusing. Like, well, why do we actually meet? Like, why is that so common for us to meet our twin flame when we're both with other people? What's the point? Why would the universe bring us together while we're with someone else? And the answer to that, as far as like a detailed explanation for your particular situation, that will be revealed to you in time because this is your journey. But the general explanation for that is that this is a journey that is about your spiritual awakening and you and your Divine Masculine's ascension. So it's not going to follow traditional romantic guidelines or rules, right? It's not going to fit into the mold of a typical or a regular relationship, because it's not a typical or a regular relationship and it's not meant to serve that purpose. So is there romance involved? Of course there's romance involved. If you feel an attraction, a strong, ridiculously strong attraction to your Divine Masculine, and they do to you as well. But that doesn't mean that it's meant to follow the traditional rules and fulfill the traditional voids that a regular relationship does. This is something much greater than that, okay? And so it can take a little time to really understand the true purpose of that, especially in a unique and individualized way for your particular journey, because yours isn't going to look like anyone else's, okay? It's unique and tailor-made for you and your Divine Masculine by the divine, by your soul. Okay, so this first card is your Divine Masculine's feelings for you, okay? This is how they feel toward you, which is 9 of Cups in reverse, okay? So with 9 of Cups in reverse, there's a feeling of when they met you, they were not in a good headspace. They had a lot of like bad or negative or unhealthy thought patterns that caused them to view relationships through a certain filter or lens that were not in alignment with anything that promotes a healthy relationship. That does not mean that your Divine Masculine is bad, okay? Not at all. As a matter of fact, most of us have these kinds of issues. It's, conditioning from life. It's what we've been taught and told about relationships. It's the traumas that we've experienced and the boundaries and the walls that we've put around ourselves to try to protect ourselves that can sometimes cause us to veer off track for what a healthy relationship actually is and looks like. So this doesn't mean your Divine Masculine is bad. Most likely you have some things that you also have to look at and work on as well, right? Because nobody's perfect. So your Divine Masculine was not in the right headspace. Now that doesn't mean that they were not good to you, or that bubble of, it doesn't invalidate that bubble love phase that you've gone through where things were really, really good. That's the higher side of your Divine Masculine that you saw. It's the lower side, that lower nature that came out when they ran from you, that we're talking about right here with this particular card, okay? So your divine masculine they weren't quite in the right mindset to be able to facilitate or navigate, sustain, build, grow a healthy relationship, which was probably why they're having some pretty big issues in their karmic situation, which is probably also why they're looking outside of their karmic situation. They're vulnerable. If they were in a healthy, strong relationship, they wouldn't be looking outside of it for something else, right? And neither would you if you're in a relationship. Okay, so this next card is their true feelings for the other person. Okay. So their true feelings for the other person is 8 of Swords. This is their feelings toward their karmic partner. So with this card, this does not signify that they have any kind of healthy relationship at all. 8 of Swords, this card talks about like self-imprisoned restrictions, being and feeling isolated and just feeling imprisoned, right? Which means that they feel trapped. They're not happy in this relationship. They don't feel that they have a way out of it. There's so much obligation. If they're married or if they have children with this other person, you know, I don't ever want to promote. I'm a person who's gone through divorce myself and have gone through this experience with twin flames. And I am not saying that the karmic partner is bad, okay? Not at all, okay? Maybe sometimes they can be. Sometimes they can do really, really not nasty things, right? We've all done things that we regret. But the karmic partner is not bad per se. It's just that they're karmic, right? That there's a lesson to be learned here. That's what karma is. That's why they're the karmic partner. There's a lot of value in that because everything that we go through at a karmic level is to refine us into the highest and best version of ourselves. And so people that come in an adversarial way are just that. They're meant to show us things about ourselves that we need to learn from and grow through. And so that's what this relationship has been for your divine masculine. And this is what your divine masculine has been for them. But the problem is it's gotten to a place now where it's just very unhealthy. And neither party in this situation is having the kind of relationship that is good for them, that is good for the children, that is good for all parties involved. And I suspect that if your divine masculine feels somewhat trapped, they probably do as well, the karmic partner. But your divine masculine, they're not feeling the connection to this person that they should. They don't feel fulfilled. They actually feel quite ignored and isolated. They don't feel like that love that you're supposed to feel, the bond that you're supposed to have. They definitely feel very much unseen by this person, neglected, uncared for. They're very jaded and probably very resentful of their karmic partner at this point. And you might think to yourself, well, why don't they just leave then? Well, it's not always that simple because we're so caught up in mind stuff that we don't know what else is out there. And sometimes the uncomfortable familiar is a lot less scary than stepping out into the unknown, you know? And it's just the way that it is. Like people are scared of change. Even if that change could bring about like the greatest things in their life and open doors to wonderful things, we don't know that. And so we just stay where we're at. We stay frozen in time with something that isn't really what we want to have. And so that's what's going on with your divine masculine. It doesn't mean that they don't love this person, but they're not connected to this person. We can feel love for someone because we've spent a lot of time with them. We can feel care, right? But it's not that kind of like I can fall into you, ride or die, you know, we're like partners. It's not that kind of love. They don't have that with each other. So that's left them in a place of vulnerability and feeling isolated and alone. Okay, so this next card is, what does your divine masculine want from you currently? Okay, what is it that they're looking for from you currently? With this, we have 10 of Wands. They are looking at you as an escape from a life situation that's too full of stress, too full of burdens, and they're just exhausted. And you're kind of like an oasis in the desert for them. But that's not really what you want to be, right? Like, you don't want to just be an escape for them where they come and gain enough energy to be able to go back and face this situation without, you know, any change. Sometimes we don't realize this, but we enable the people around us to stay in crappy situations because we are that little bit of extra charge that they need. And sometimes people have to lose it all in order to recognize that it's time for change. And that may be where your divine masculine has to get to in order to break away from the situation, which might be why the universe is giving both of you a period of separation, especially if you're in separation right now, or, you know, a period of separation on an ongoing basis where they kind of come in and come out, come in and come out. But I would suggest that you put a stop to that, divine feminine, if that's what's going on. I would suggest you put a stop to that, because your divine masculine needs to take the time and space that they need in order to figure out who they really are and what it is that they really truly want. You know, they really need that. They need some time to get it together and to, I guess, feel the loss, right? They need to feel the loss of you because they have had that connection with you. There's something within the relationship with you that fills their cup that they're not getting in their karmic situation, but they need to feel the loss of that, or they're just going to keep breadcrumbing you. Okay, and you don't want to be the breadcrumbs, right? You don't want to, or be breadcrumbed, I should say. You don't want that. You want something solid and true. And the only person that can get that for you is you. You have to demand that of yourself. And that means putting boundaries up around yourself and what you will and won't allow to happen to you. Okay? Because we get mad when people treat us badly, but oftentimes we keep putting ourselves in the position of being treated badly over and over again. And all we have to do is remove ourselves from that. So look at that situation, divine feminine, and decide if that pertains to you, okay? What does your divine masculine want from the other person currently? And for this, we have 3 of Wands. You know, they're hanging on to this relationship because they have an idealized version of this person that, well, maybe if I just try it from this angle, or maybe if I just do this, or maybe if I just do that, I can fix this relationship and it'll get better. They're hanging on to false hope. They're not looking at the signs and the things that are happening right now through a lens of clarity. They're looking at it through a lens of hope. Now, hope is not bad, but sometimes we can hope and hope and hope and hope and hope that things are going to change. And then 5 years later, we're still in the same spot and we're really upset. You know, we've tried things from 1,000 different angles and nothing changes. And it's because they don't have control over their karmic partner, right? That's not their job to have control over their karmic partner. You know, they need to let their karmic partner be who they are. And if that person's not in alignment with their goals and their trajectory, then they need to address that, especially if this has been an ongoing thing, which it obviously has been. You know, it sounds like they've been going around and around and around in circles and they're just dizzy. You know, they're not seeing things clearly. But what they want is they want this person to like change. You know, they want this person to do the changing. They don't want to have to change. That's the point. They're like, oh, if I just do this or if I just do that, you know, maybe this person will change and then things can get better. But the truth is that it's really them that has to change. They have to say enough is enough. This isn't the right relationship for me. It's time for me to move on, right? They need to put themselves first in that way, you know. In a different way. I guess they already are in a way doing that, because, you know, you could say, well, trying to make them change is putting themselves first, but that's like trying to change the way you look in the mirror, right? If I want to like change my hairstyle, I can't go and like touch the mirror and change my hairstyle. I have to, in order to change the reflection, I have to actually change the source of the reflection, change the hair on my head. That's what they need to do. They need to go within and do the changing within themselves that is required in order to get themselves to an elevated consciousness and an elevated experience in life. Okay, so this next card is, what does the next 3 months hold for you and Divine Masculine? Over the course of the next 3 months, how can you kind of expect things to maybe go? And for this, we have Queen of Wands. So there's going to be some confidence that is going to be being built through experiences for the both of you. Coming into one's own and recognizing a little bit more about who you really are versus what the world has been telling you. You and your Divine Masculine are both going to have experiences in this area that are going to help you to see yourselves with more clarity, and to have more confidence, to feel a little bit more self-assured in who you really are. So this is a really good card for you and your Divine Masculine. You guys are both experiencing these things together simultaneously. But the way that it shows up for you in the 3D world is going to be different than how it shows up for them in the 3D world. So expect over the next couple of months to have some big breakthroughs. And don't be surprised if your Divine Masculine contacts you saying, hey, I've got a change of heart or a change of perspective on something. They may even reach out with some type of an apology or something, saying, you know, you may not know exactly why or where what the circumstances were that, you know, promoted them or prompted them to do this, but you're going to probably have a sense that something has happened that has caused them to have a shift in their perspective of things. And, you know, they're going to start to see things that have happened in the past with a little bit more clarity. You're going to see some confidence coming out of them, but in a very positive way, not in a selfish way, in more of a taking responsibility for who they are kind of a way. Oh, shoot. Hold on. This is like a super slippery deck of cards here, and I just like completely dropped it. Like they flew all over the place, so I had to pick those up really quick. Okay, so this next card is, what will the next 3 months hold for the karmic partner and your Divine Masculine? Let's take a look here. For this, we have Page of Cups. There could be a temporary period of time where, because your Divine Masculine is making changes within themselves to make better decisions, to take responsibility, to see things, you know, they're having a shift in perspective. This always, without fail, causes things that are like appearing to be negative in your life to shift. It's, again, the reflection in the mirror changing. So it could almost appear for a period of time like things might be getting better between your Divine Masculine and their karmic partner. And they will be, you know, because your Divine Masculine is making positive changes. And the karmic partner is going to notice these positive changes and is going to start responding a little differently to your Divine Masculine. This is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. Remember, a karmic partner is here to teach us things. They can act as a mirror, right? But not in the same way. Everything in life acts as a mirror, okay? It's different with your twin flame because the mirroring that takes place between you and your twin flame is on a magnified scale, okay? It's grossly magnified. That's how the twin flame teaches us so much, because they have that same shared energy. And so it's a very different kind of experience with your divine masculine than it is with anyone else. But everything and everyone and every experience, every thought you have is all a mirror to the soul in life. And that's what your exaggerated twin flame experience is teaching you on a spiritual level. That's the purpose of this journey. So your karmic, or your divine masculine's karmic partner, is a mirror to them too, on a lesser scale. And so as they start to change, they're going to experience some positive feedback from their karmic partner. I don't want you to stress about that. I know that sometimes divine feminines can really stress about that. And I think it's actually good that this came up in the reading, because it's a moment for you to realize that it's okay for that to happen. That is not in any way, shape, or form like a bad thing for the relationship that you have going with them. Because remember, this is not a romantic relationship. There's romance involved, absolutely, yes, but it is something that transcends that, way up the ascension scale, way up the spiritual scale, okay? This is your twin flame. You guys are connected at the level of the soul. This is about your ascension and your spiritual awakening. And so you have to view it from that lens. You have to see it for what it truly is. Otherwise, they run. As you go through inner union, outer union is experienced, okay? So all of these things that are teaching you and guiding you through this carrying universe that we're in are the same things that are teaching and guiding your divine masculine, including the karmic situation. So allowing it to be what it is and trusting the soul, trusting the journey, that's where you receive that inner union. That's how you grow, right? And you'll start to see those changes in your divine masculine as well. As you're ascending, they ascend as well. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see a little bit of positive, stuff going on. It doesn't mean that the relationship is like, for the rest of their life, okay? It's not what you need to be focused on. You need to see that as a good sign that you're ascending as well, okay? So how will your communication flow be over the next few months? Will you and your divine masculine be in contact with each other? Will there be some back and forth? Will it be sporadic? Will it be constant? What can you expect there? And for this, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. So this kind of shows me that the communication with you and your divine masculine over the next couple of months is going to be a little bit sporadic. There may be some periods of time where you feel neglected or ignored. These are things for you to look at through a state of presence and awareness. This is a huge part of the divine feminine's journey within, okay? And it's not easy, and it's not for the faint of heart. But rest assured, you are ready, or your soul wouldn't be putting you through this right now, and your divine masculine. And don't think for 1 second that you're the one who's suffering and that they're not, okay? Your journeys will look different, but nonetheless, it's 2 bodies, 1 soul, 2 experiences experienced by the same soul simultaneously. I'm holding a deck of cards here and 1 card here, right? I have 2 hands. They're having a different experience right now. This one's only holding 1 card. It can't feel the deck. This one's holding a deck and it can't feel the 1 card. It looks different, but I'm having these experiences of holding both of these simultaneously at the same time as 1 experience. 2 experiences as 1, right? It's the same thing for your soul with you and your divine masculine. 2 paths, 1 destination. 2 bodies, 1 soul, okay? So what you're going through right now in these little intermittent periods of separation or a feeling a lack of communication are being given to you and your divine masculine for internal contemplation and internal growth. These are opportunities for you to look at why you feel the way you feel and to really connect with your soul, which is where the only place that inner union can take place. And until you have inner union, you will not experience outer union. Okay, that's just the truth. Okay, that just is what it is, and you can't change that. That's the purpose of this. And trust me, you don't want it to be any other way, because when you reach inner union, that is your ultimate state of glory here. And you recognize your divine connection to all things, the oneness, the unity consciousness of all things. And with that comes blessings that your mind at this point and the expectations of a relationship could not even possibly compare to. So trust me, the universe is guiding you in a divine direction with the ultimate gift at the end of all of it. So take that time to really self-reflect on, who you are, why you think the things you think, why you feel the way that you do, what are your patterns and your conditioning, what is the identity that you believe yourself to be, look at all of those things and, what is the reflection showing you? Okay, not just the reflection with your divine masculine, but the reflection of your entire life, your every moment. Be present in the moment and see what it's trying to teach you and show you. All right, so this next card, will your divine masculine let this other person go? And for this, we have the moon. Okay, so for this, there's going to be some unseen problems that are going to come up that are going to cause your divine masculine to voluntarily want to change. They're going to learn through all of this experience that they're having, and as you learn to go within and trust that connection to the soul, even above the connection with your divine masculine, that's when intuition is going to kick in for both of you, a type of clairvoyance almost. That is what this journey is leading you to. Okay, it's alchemy, and it's a beautiful gift. And so yes, your divine masculine is going to transcend this karmic relationship, and they're going to make some decisions about how to proceed from this relationship, from this situation that they've been in with the karmic partner. Okay, so I don't know what that's going to look like. No one, of course, can predict that. But you have to trust that the journey is going to reveal itself to you along the way and show up for you the way that it's meant to, the way that it should. Okay, so I don't know what that will look like. The cards, of course, cannot predict that. But what it can say to you is that, yes, unforeseen problems are going to come into the light. And voluntary changes will be made by your divine masculine regarding the karmic relationship. And they will be learning to trust their intuition and tapping into that so that they can make the right choices for themselves and to get out of toxicity. Okay, that's what we would want for them, right? We don't want to see our divine masculine suffer. Well, sometimes I wanted to see him suffer. I won't lie. Especially when I was in the dark night of the soul, I was like, this is not fair. Why am I the one going through all of this? And I kind of just wanted things to happen a certain way because I didn't have the understanding that I have now. I was more childlike, I guess, in my perspective of those things. And this journey matures us on a soul level. And so I'm excited for you guys because it's revealing things to you that are very valid and important. Okay, and I know where it's taking you guys. Not exactly for each individual path, but I know the gift of life, the gift of like the spiritual ascension is the same for everyone in what it is. And it's absolutely miraculous, you guys. It's beautiful. You got to trust it. Okay, so this next card is, Will your divine masculine commit to you? Okay. And for this, we have Four of Swords. So your divine masculine is going to need some space and some time after they go through this whole karmic situation and whatever it is that they experience during that period of time. They're going to need some time for rest and recovery. They're going to need to take a little bit of space for themselves. They're going to need some solitude. They're going to need to learn to go within and fill up their own cup. And trust me, you don't want someone who's got a void cup, because then that creates codependency and neediness. And that is not what this journey is about. This is a journey of being able to stand in your own power, reaching that highest, being the empress and the emperor. Okay, this is your journey in life. You're reaching your highest estate. And so your divine masculine is going to need a period of time before that can happen in order to get to that place where they fill their own cup. And so don't fret when that happens, divine feminine, okay? Don't be worried about that when that happens. It's a good thing. Okay, it's a good thing. Give them the space that they need. It's only scary to give them space when we think, like, from the level of the mind, like, oh, what if they never come back? Or what if I lose them? Or what if, you can't lose them. That's part of the understanding of this journey. The faith of this journey is you and your divine masculine cannot be separated and cannot be lost from one another, regardless of what's happening in the 3D world. Okay? It's hard for the mind to grasp that, I know. It's all that conditioning that we have to let go of. But, when you get to that place, the relief is heavenly. It's so peaceful. Okay. What are the kind of outcomes of the karmic relationship that might show up during this process? Like what are a little bit of insight into what's going on right here as far as the details itself, okay? And for the karmic partner and your divine masculine, we have Queen of Cups in reverse. So there's going to be kind of, as your divine masculine goes through this process, the karmic partner is going to start to panic. And they're going to start to smother this person. A lot of insecurities are going to come out, possibly even some addictions. It could even just be addiction to each other, right? As your divine masculine starts to pull away and go into this retreat and start to have a lot more confidence and being able to stand in their own power, it's going to show a lot of insecurity in this karmic partner. And there has been codependency there. There has been a feeling of being trapped and not being able to get away, yet feeling like I can't leave because I need this, right? That's what codependency is. And so they're going to freak out. The karmic partner is going to freak out and be really, really scared and upset. And who knows what that will cause them to act like. But your divine masculine is going to understand and kind of see it for what it is, and know how to handle that, because they're going to have tapped into that intuitive internal aspect of themselves. It won't rock your divine masculine, okay? So it just might put them through a little bit of drama as they're trying to exit the relationship and kind of figure out, who they are. Even if they're not deciding to exit the relationship right away, it's not going to shake them. The problem, the reason why the relationship will probably dissolve and end, is that as they become stronger in who they are, this person is probably going to panic and act in ways that will distance themselves from your divine masculine, because they're not going to be resonating at the same frequency anymore. And when we're not resonating and that bond of resonation breaks, that's usually when a door closes so that a new one can open. Okay, so you can expect to see some of that happen over the next few months with your divine masculine and their karmic partner. All right, you and your divine masculine's outcome. Okay, so I dropped this card on the floor and it landed sideways like this. So I'm going to actually kind of look at this as a sign of what this card means, which is that there's kind of a little bit of duality in it, or that there's a little bit of both. So the Lovers in the upright, we all kind of know what that is. It's partnership, it's love, it's deep connection, you know, choosing to be together, the strength of two, right? And then in reverse, there's breakup, divorce, arguments, discord, regret, bad choices. I think the reason that this card came out this way instead of upright or upside down is because you and your divine masculine, I don't know about you, divine feminine, but your divine masculine is obviously in a karmic relationship. That's why we're doing this reading. That's why you're here watching it. When a breakup occurs, when a divorce occurs, it is like a huge experience. It's like a bomb that goes off in your life and everything all the pieces on the board suddenly have to change. And it can really just throw us off. And if you're going through this also simultaneously at the same time, you and your divine masculine have a huge connection, a massive connection that's beyond the 3D. It's beyond this world, okay? It transcends time and space. But in time and space, some changes have to change. Some changes have to occur. You have to go through the process. And so I think that that's what this card is showing us, is that you and your divine masculine are already in union, okay? But for the external 3D physical union to come together, right, some changes have to happen. You know, the pieces have to move. And so be patient and allow that. That's the trusting of that higher self to know and to be able to see the big picture. Like, we're down here and all we see is this, right? But our soul sees this, and this. And so we have to trust that, you know, the corners that we can't see around, that our higher self, that our soul, that God, that the universe, that source, the one that loves us so much and that has created us, sees that big picture and is putting it all together for our highest good. Okay? And that's inner union. That's when you and your divine masculine, you know, come together and experience that without all of the gobbledygook. Okay? I'm going to get you guys a card here. Let's see. You know what? I don't hardly ever use this deck. It's my Twin Flame Ascension deck. I don't use it very often. But for some reason, I'm feeling compelled to grab it today. So we're going to do it. Okay? We're going to look at these cards and see what comes up. Yeah, I don't know why this deck was just pulling at me today. I don't usually use it because some of the stuff in here, I don't know that I necessarily agree with. It's not the way that the journey has revealed itself to me. And I feel like it can actually like promote like a addictive energy almost. You know, I talk about that a little bit in the calls and stuff. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We would really appreciate that. And then don't forget, we have one-on-ones and tarot readings available. And I'm going to include a coupon code today with this reading for February for Valentine's Day that's coming up soon, okay? So if you are interested in one-on-ones or tarot readings or group calls, go check out the description box below, and you will also find some discount codes for that, okay? All right. The Chosen One. Fast track to ascension. Look at that. That's cool. All right, let me find this in the deck here. Okay, found it. This is a cool card. All right, red. It's a red card. 11. So it's principles to come into alignment with yourself and find true love. 1, 1, the chosen one, fast track to ascension. Your soul has been on a lifelong quest to find real love with a burning desire to align with your divine counterpart. You exact mirror. You are your exact mirror who reflects your weaknesses and your strengths to enable growth. This card indicates you have been searching for true love outside yourself, which is pulling you out of alignment with your authentic truth. See what it says there? You got to look within. You can't look without. Until inner union takes place, you're going to be searching outside of yourself, and that you can't do that. If you're searching out, well, you can, but if you're searching outside of yourself, you're missing the mark. Okay? You're looking outside of yourself for something that can only be found within you. So you'll be searching and searching and forgetting to look in the only place that you can actually find what it is that you're looking for. And it pulls you out of alignment. When the chosen one appears, it serves as a reminder that on a higher plane, you prearranged with your twin flame to teach each other to become whole within. This sacred agreement puts you both on the fast track to ascension for the purpose of creating a loving relationship with yourself first, followed by healthy relationships with others. The fastest way to align with your other half is to heal your heart, where you discover the treasure of true love for yourself. Focus on healing your abandonment wounds. Stop searching outside of yourself for true happiness. Let go of your old stories, past programming, and release doubts that you will experience great love. Your twin flame is teaching you that the one you are searching for is you. I seriously couldn't have summed that up better myself. That's what this entire reading was revealing to us in throughout the entire thing. So, again, I don't choose this deck very often, so I have no doubt that the reason why I was compelled to grab it is because this is the card that was meant to come to you. And so I hope that message is received loud and clear within you, Divine Feminine. Trust the journey. Trust that your Divine Masculine is going through what they need to go through in order to come into alignment with the same soul that you are coming into alignment with, so that the two of you can be together as you're meant to be. Okay? I love you guys. I will see you next week for some videos and some more readings. So tune in, and thanks again, you guys, for all your support. We love you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.